Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins. Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sport...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday, July 3rd. I just peeped that you just posted in the chat. What's up, my brother? What is going on?
What's
are
up,
here
brother?
and we are live for another episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. Pre-4th of July. I don't even need this hat on because I got a nice little cut, so I don't need this hat on.
I got the baldy.
Yeah, I ain't see that. Now that's the first that I saw. That's the first that I saw on your cut, but I don't really need it on today. But what's going on, Mac? What's going on with you? How you feeling today, man? How was work?
Pretty good. Getting a lot of shit done at the warehouse.
I dig it. I could dig it, but shout out to everybody that's going to be in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's going to share the live. We are live on
What's
Facebook.
up, RC? What's up, everybody?
We're live on Facebook and Twitter at the moment. So make sure y'all come in. Bug should be coming in soon. James from No Mercy Sports, he's not going to be able to do it because, he's with the wifey. They on tour. They on a vacation tour. So, shout out to him for coming in, for Money in the Bank. On Saturday. Shout out to him for doing that for a little bit until he was able to, leave and stuff of that nature. But it was a great weekend in sports, especially on Friday, with the free agency and Money in the Bank and some other stuff that, came down the pipeline and stuff like that. But before we get into any of these topics here, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow all social media platforms at The Hopkins Show, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere on social media, any social media platform, you name it, at The Hopkins Show. And make sure y'all go check out SeatGeek as well. Yes, SeatGeek. Now the NBA Summer League games are happening. You got soccer going on. You got WNBA games going on. Even if you got, if you want to go to the Made in America concert that's going to be in Philly this weekend, make sure you go to SeatGeek.com and use the promo code DHopkins to get $20 off your first purchase. So make sure you go to SeatGeek.com and use the promo code DHopkins to get $20 off your purchase. Make sure you go to BetUs.com, especially if you like betting and you want to be in the sports betting world. Make sure you go to BetUs.com and get 125% of your sports book when you receive your upon deposit. The link is definitely in the description. Make sure you go to betus.com as well. We do have another affiliate coming on real soon. I'm just waiting on the details of it, but I'm not going to announce it until it's officially official. Another thing, D-Hop t-shirts, D-Hop Nation t-shirts are now available. Y'all see it in the comments there. The link is right there. I got to get Max Spicy Picks and get him working on his website, man. Hope y'all talk a little bit about Dame Lillard requesting the trade finally. Yes, that is a part of the topics. And we do have the Mr. Statman himself, the Mr. I don't even know what to call you, man, but Mr. Hardworking Man in the business. My boy Bug. Good afternoon to you, brother. Good afternoon. What's up with you?
Yep, what's good, y'all? What's good?
Yo, why you look like you just woke up?
Oh nah, I was just chilling. I've been chilling for real today. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, before we get into anything, though, you saw the picture, right?
What picture?
That
The
I
new one?
messaged you, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure you saw that. Just make sure you saw that. That's the bestie right there. She in Florida right now, so that's the bestie right there. But let's get straight into it, man. Finally, I know you probably was live on your channel, Bug, about the free agency day 2 and stuff of that nature. But Damian Lillard finally requested the trade because I think he needed to be vocal about it. So I want to get Mac's thoughts. I want to get Bug's thoughts. And even though that he did request the trade, what's your thoughts on that? And what would be the most realistic place for Damian Lillard to go to in this trade since he requested it?
Sorry. My phone's blowing up on some other stuff.
No, take your time. Take your time. You got it.
I mean, so Dame Lillard, like, I mean, it's tough for me, man, because it's like, you'd like to see what they could do with Miami, but I'd also be intrigued to see what he could do with the 76ers. Now, and again, it depends on what pieces they would get on the Harden trade, but putting Dame with a big man and Maxey, and then you go get him a shooter. I don't know, man. I don't know. They could be something. They could be something. But those are the only two realistic teams that I feel could really like go and get him if they wanted him. Now there's a few other teams that might want him and go get him. And that's what I'm head scratching on. Is will another contending team coming out of nowhere with something too juicy to let go by? And with the Dame Lillard situation, like it's almost like you have to have a 3-team trade, and there's almost no way you're not somehow probably going to have the 76ers in the mix.
Yeah, especially in a 3-team trade, I don't see that at all. But Bug, what would be your potential landing spots that'd be realistic for Damian Lillard? And what was your reactions when you finally heard that he said he requested a trade?
I mean, of course, everybody knew he was gonna request it. It was just a matter of time. But he did say when I was reading, I guess he was trying to give Portland enough time to, maybe they might have made a big splash in free agency, and he might have stayed, but he felt like they didn't make enough moves, so he was gone. But of course, the regular Philly, the Heat, but a team that I'm really throwing out there that I think nobody not looking at is the Celtics. I think the Celtics have enough to get Dame. I think the Celtics got enough to get Dame. You throw Brogdon out there, they could throw Robert Williams, maybe some picks. I feel like they could package something up to get Dame and still be able to get Dame, Brown, and Tatum. That's
what I'm saying. Like it can be one of these teams that say, you know what, we really want him. That's the piece that's going to drive us over.
I did have to think of what you were saying, D-Hop. They need a point guard. They get him a certified point guard. I mean, they would need a 4. They would need a 4 probably to go grab a 4, but still with that 3 right there, that could take them a ways with just that 3 right there by itself.
Now, I have a quick question about that Boston. Now, what's going to happen with the big man situation? Now you get rid of Robert Williams.
Yeah.
Then you have an old fart in Al Horford. What do I mean? You still got Porzingis there. Porzingis is there. But I just think I mean Porzingis is good offensively. I don't know his style defensively because I really don't watch Porzingis that much. So I'm not going to sit here and come up on the show and be like, oh, Porzingis is a great defender. I really don't know too much defensively about Porzingis.
He's a 50-50 defender.
Yeah, he'll block some shots.
He'll stay in front of you. He'll block your shot if he can, but most likely, like he's not really getting his feet don't leave the ground.
Yeah,
and that's kind of a good thing for him.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know. I just think defensively, Robert Williams fits what Boston has right now. not offensively. So technically, you got defense with Robert Williams that can be valuable to you. And then you got a 20 point a night in Porzingis that can give it to you offensively, but he blocks some shots. He play a little bit of defense here and there. I just don't know how that would. I mean, that you'll have to give up what 2 or 3 first round draft picks and Robert Williams and Brogdon for Damian Lillard. I'm telling you, that's a lot to give up.
Hey, but
that's a lot to give up, and you got to think about it too, Boog. Even though that he's getting traded, Celtics got to pick up his max contract on top of trying to sign Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
So I you know what? Realistically, Boston is probably it could be added to the realistically, but now for me, I was thinking this before even Middleton and Lopez re-signed. I was thinking Milwaukee if they didn't re-sign Middleton or Brook Lopez, but unrealistically, I don't see Milwaukee making that trade now because they've got Middleton and Lopez.
They got their team.
Their luxury tax, and you look at their salary cap, they don't even have the money to do it. They'll have to make moves to do that. Philly and Miami is the obvious. It's the obvious, but I don't know what Philly is willing to give up for Damian Lillard because they already said it before. They're not giving up Maxey. So James Harden's going to have to be in that trade. But what else you're going to add? Because you got rid of Jordan Niang left in free agency. McDaniels resigns. Then you got Milton goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves, if I'm not mistaken.
You know what? I just thought Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn is his other option.
I was getting that. See, me and
that's on his list.
I was thinking that.
I have no clue what his list is.
No, that's on his list. That's what's crazy. You said that.
But Brooklyn, because of the young core that they have, and I mean, literally, Dame could go in there, and you've already got 3 guys that are going to average 20 points a game. So then you go and add Dame to that. Plus the role players coming off the bench is going to, get you anywhere from 10 to 20 a game. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Brooklyn then becomes scary.
So the question is, who are the 3 people that will give you 20? Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Damian Lillard, and who else?
Who's that center? The center, he was going off last year.
Claxton, he did have a hell of a year last year.
Claxton.
Oh man,
this is very young. I couldn't remember his name, but Claxton did very well in the playoffs against Joel Embiid in that first round, even though the Brooklyn Nets got swept. But if you go back and look at them playoff games, Claxton didn't back down from Embiid. I would not be surprised if Brooklyn tried to.
Now they got playoff. They understand how the playoff is. They got a little experience. And this year they're gonna come back even stronger and harder. And that's what I'm saying. Like if you added a veteran like Damian Lillard to Brooklyn, that's blowing shit up.
I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised at Brooklyn after all the trades they made for Kevin Durant. Not Kevin Durant for James Harden, going to get Ben Simmons, giving up so many draft picks. They find ways to know how to trade. That's one thing I can say about the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, they know how to trade.
They've recouped a good bit back compared to what a lot of us thought they were going to. But, I mean, I get why they did it. They tried to put a super team together so they could win a ring. That's what they tried to do. They said, look, we got the options. We can bring all these guys in. All these guys are top-tier players. Let's see if we can get – but the problem is none of them were healthy enough long enough to mesh well.
Yeah.
But y'all notice, right? Y'all notice after Jeremy Grant got highly overpriced from the Portland Trailblazers, right after that, y'all see Dame just came out and requested a trade. I'm like, yo, it had something to be doing with that Jeremy Grant contract, and they're not really pursuing free agency like they want to. Because, I mean, even though Matisse Thybulle is a restricted free agent, he's still out there. No, they're not going to pick up. They're not going to re-sign Matisse Thybulle. Not for offensive purposes in itself. But if you look at the route the Portland Trailblazers want to go, they want a star for a star. So they're going to have to figure out what team's star they're going to give up to go get Damian Lillard, because the Knicks said they backed out. So the Knicks backed out of it. They're not giving up no star. And I hope if Brooklyn try to do this trade, don't trade Mikal Bridges.
He's
Just don't.
not. Damon, and that's the only
No.
thing. That's the only thing that's tough with the Dame destinations is because like wherever he goes, you know he wants to be in a winning situation.
Right.
So it's like okay, he's not going to go to. He's not. It's not like for instance, he's not going to the Heat if they're giving up Bam or Jimmy. That's out the question. You get what I'm saying? He's not going to go to any team that has to. He wouldn't go to the Clippers. They got to give up Paul George. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like. It's just tough, bro. It's tough.
But with Paul George, my only problem is his injury woes. But I think even with Paul George not being with the Clippers, him going to Portland with a young squad would be all right. But I just think right now there's too many smaller guards in right now with the Clippers. They re-signed Westbrook back for what 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. So just trying to have Westbrook and Dame there, it just doesn't. To me, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, but Westbrook's coming off the bench. It ain't like he's starting though. So I can see what you're saying though. Like they do need more of like a 4 or 5 type right now. But I mean, it's Dame. He out here right now. It's Dame. Like anybody willing to take that risk. Like I'm pretty sure. It's not a team matter. That's why I said I'm pretty sure every team is about to offer him. And then now we'll see if getting even more crazy because if the Heat was his number one destination, and the Heat he already had connection to the Heat, that's been the talk. And even after that, for him to still say he's still weighing other options, is like okay, really, what's about to happen? Honestly, I see Philly trying to make a move, but like Max said, who is going to be that third team? Because there's no way he's moving with our third team, especially like with the Harden situation with Philly. Tobias, it's just like that's tough, bro. Because I don't think Philly's are trying to take a straight loss either on their end now, especially with them taxing for James Harden now. They're not just trying to get. I can't say that now. Philly is tightening up. Like, okay, we're not just gonna let him walk and not get shit in return. We're getting something back. So I don't know. This tough, man. Dame, he throwing a wrench in the game.
I mean, you could throw. I mean, if the Portland Trailblazers want to throw Nurkic into the trade with Damian Lillard, you could probably work out something in Philadelphia with that, with some and give them some draft, give the Sixers some draft picks, and now you have Nurkic and Embiid. You have another big man, or what you could do is you could take Nurkic and Damian Lillard some draft picks, and trade James Harden, Paul Reed, and some draft picks. I mean, it could balance it out because Paul Reed, he's been very underrated. He have improved year by year, and he's very young. So,
but that's why I can't
not a bad player. But I mean, I'm saying like try to add something to the superstar for superstar trade. If you get what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, but I can say, and I hate when people say it's really pissed me off. But this where I can see where the diva mentality comes in with Harden because he's not just going anywhere. And with him having that real juice and that real pull with Daryl is not just going to send him anywhere. I don't think. That he doesn't want to go. So I think that's the only thing that's holding off on that because at the end of the day, like you said, you got even if you don't put a trigger on Max, you got Tobias, Paul Reed, and James Harden. You can throw them 3 picks, get them up out of here. But they obviously not trying to do it like that. And then even still, I don't think people realizing James Harden did opt in too. Now I guess he's still requesting for a trade, I guess in a way, but I was hearing too. So what if they do pick up Dame and he decides to stay? Like what they can find a way to pick up Dame without giving him up and he decides to stay.
I don't know. That's really going to be hard to do for Philadelphia to keep James Harden there and trade for Damian Lillard. It's going to be really hard.
Listen, if they keep Harden, then you know who they're giving him up.
Yeah, Max. Yeah, and I know everybody is like really die hard. Like, no, Max not gone. But I just feel like Philly's going to have to either come to whips. Like, okay, we're not going to be able to make this trade for Dame without Maxey going. Like that's what it's gonna be, and I think Portland just on like that's the type of time Portland is on. Like y'all give us Maxey, or it's no purpose of talking to us.
I don't. And the Sixers is holding on to Maxey because I know they're going to give him, especially if he balls out.
Thing, if they take Maxey, that means they have to take Tobias too.
Yeah, Tobias is going too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just for me, I think Maxey is the future in Philadelphia. And I know if he balls out this upcoming season, next season, he's going to get the max. And he's not going to get that in Portland.
Now
I just don't see him getting the max in Portland.
Here's my next question. Say the 76ers go out and they get Dame and they keep Harden. And then Embiid says, you know what? I don't want to play this game again.
That's what I was about to say. That's exactly what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. Because even when they talk about holding out extended maxi, what if by next year, if y'all don't go again, and B's gonna want to go by the end? So then now Maxi just stay here, and he basically gonna rebuild by himself. Versus, let's just think about it. He go to Portland, young team, Scoop, Simons, everybody young. He'll. I feel like he'll mesh good. It'll be kind of the time will kind of be because him and Scoot will kind of be battling. But either way, I just feel like that'll be a good move for him. You know, he kind of just get to go show off. But I don't know, man. I just feel like Max.
I don't know. I think Embiid is going to give Nick Nurse a shot here.
Okay, yeah, I did forget about
Nurse a shot because mind you, they have a whole new coaching staff here. So
yeah, I mean,
but,
it could be either way.
I feel like if Maxey, and I said this plenty of times. I don't know if y'all watched it, but Bobby Marks broke down the numbers on why Maxey cannot get the max this year. They'll be negative in salary cap, and they'll be negative in luxury tax if they try to extend him this year. So, and we stated in the free agency that the CBA went up 10% in the salary cap, and that don't start until next year. So if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, let them play out the last contract, and right before the season ends, or right before the season ends, you max out Tyrese Maxey, because I don't know what the actual date that kicks in, but I know it's somewhere near the end of the season. I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't want to give up Maxey. Then what if we do give up Maxey, right? And when we do give up Harden, Embiid's definitely going to want out more than anything. So you got to keep one of these guys here. And we all know Tobias is probably on the way out because he's on the last year of that max contract. So he's on the way out. So for me, I just don't see the Sixers getting rid of Maxey. They're really trying to hold on to Maxey if they do make a trade, to trade James Harden somewhere. I don't know how many draft picks they're willing to throw in to keep so they don't have to trade Maxey. I don't know, because the Sixers didn't have no draft picks this year. So it's really a lot to go in for the Philadelphia 76ers. Miami is a little bit different. I mean, it's a little bit different, but they said they want a superstar. But at the same time, what other superstar in Miami that you could get outside of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo? So that's another question in itself. Who else are you willing to trade to go get Dame? I mean, Tyler Hero. You could get rid of Tyler Hero. You could get rid of Caleb Martin.
Don't forget about Victor Oladipo.
He's gone. Victor with OKC.
He's not there no more.
What? I thought he re-signed, or did he sign? He just signed with him?
No, he re-signed. I think
he went to Oklahoma.
Okay. It was a signing trade to OKC.
Okay,
yeah, he signed a trade.
Yeah, it was a sign and trade to OKC. So Victor Oladipo is out. So you really don't have too many options. Max Strus is gone. Gabe Vincent's gone. I mean, then you get rid of then Cody Zeller. He's gone. He's not there no more. Miami's losing their bench and then some. So if Miami's going to make this trade, it got to be 2 players and some picks. And for me, I have to say Tyler Hero and Caleb Martin for Dame. Unfortunately, not just for Dame in itself, but you got to get another player in this trade or some draft picks to try to match this trade as much as possible. So that's just me, how things are working with Damian Lillard. Hopefully he gets what he wants by the season start and go from there. Anything else y'all want to go with before we head off to the next topic here?
Not as far about Dame, man. Dame. I mean, Mac, you got something else?
Oh, yeah. Let me get the first trivia question in.
All
right, let's go.
So, Boog. Okay, this one's your team.
All right.
What was the first year that Miami Dolphins won a Super Bowl?
Listen, well, you got that. I definitely don't
that
know.
one.
The first ever.
First Miami Dolphins Super Bowl. What year was the Miami Dolphins' first Super Bowl?
Was it when they went undefeated?
No.
Okay, so they already had a championship by that time. Okay,
like 86 or something.
This is their first one.
The first one. I'm gonna go back as far
in
as
the 70s. It's in the 70s.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say,
1974.
Huh?
I can't go that
1974.
No, it's not 74.
79.
Take one guess, bud.
I was already gonna say 86, so I was already wrong. I was too high. You said 70. 76. I go 76.
It is 1973.
Ooh,
I was close.
Okay.
I was close. I said 74. That's crazy.
You got who that was against?
I do not. I didn't get any of that information.
I can find out real
3. That is
quick.
crazy.
Which team holds the record for making the most Super Bowl appearances?
New England?
You said which team? What?
Which team holds the record for making the most Super Bowl appearances?
The New England Patriots.
Yeah, I say they gotta be New England.
See, I mean, I couldn't make them all hard. I couldn't make them all hard.
They gotta be
in 1973, they beat the Washington Redskins 14-7. And it became the first and still the only team in a modern NFL history to complete a perfect undefeated season in 1973. But I thought that's not 73. Is it? Yo, that really is 73. Miami Dolphins, it wasn't the undefeated season, but they shut out the Washington Redskins in the second half. But they beat the Washington Redskins 14-7 in the Super Bowl January 14th, 1973. So,
you guys want another one?
Yeah.
All right,
so
the next topic that I have, and I think I'm gonna skip over this one real quick. I'm gonna go straight into who was the biggest loser in free agency out of all the NBA free agents that happened just now. What team is the biggest loser in this free agency? Because I got one. I got mine.
Because if you're not counting the Bradley Beal trade, which that was before free agencies, I might have to go Suns, bro. All you signed was Eric Gordon. Like, y'all are going to need a bench, believe it or not. Like, yeah, you got a big three, but all y'all are going to start. All y'all are going to play on the court. Y'all have to come out the game at a point in time. Y'all have nobody on the fucking bench. Like, who is going to carry that? Who? Cameron Payne? Like, who is going to be the person off the bench on the Suns to do anything, to score? Who on the Suns bench can score 10 points?
On top of that, they lost Lansdale too in free agency.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Lansdale. So it's like I think I had the Suns most definitely. I don't feel like they picked up no bench players at all like they should have. Like, you went and snatched Eric Gordon, and then you have to think too, when you talk about contracts or pay cuts, it would have been so many players that would have took less contracts to come on that team. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like the Suns made it. I got the Suns as one of my losers. I got the Suns as one.
My loser is the reigning NBA champions in the Denver Nuggets. And they lost Jeff Green and they lost Bruce Brown to the bench. Understand the future of Christian Brown or Braun or whatever he wants to call himself. I understand that, but how valuable has Bruce Brown and Jeff Green coming off the bench for the Denver Nuggets? Very valuable. And I don't think they got anything really back in return in free agency to replace those guys. And I mean, I think Reggie Bullock, I think he's an unrestricted free agent as well. He's no longer there after the trade. So you're losing 3 players off that core, off the bench in itself. So yeah, the starting 5 is going to be the starting 5 for the Denver Nuggets. We know what they can do. Now it's going to be questions of can Christian Brown do it all over again? I really don't know anybody else on this bench that can really give you something off the bench since Bruce Brown and Jeff Green is gone. So for me, I feel like they didn't. They probably did what they did as far as the draft was. The have those young guys come to the bench, huh?
Didn't they re-sign DeAndre Jordan?
Yeah, but DeAndre Jordan wasn't getting no burn. That's the only problem with that. He wasn't getting no burn. So hopefully he gets burned this season.
Yeah.
Because Jeff Green's not there. So hopefully he can get some burn this season. But outside of DeAndre Jordan, who else can and Christian Brown, who else can you really rely on to come off the bench? So that's for me. I just feel like you didn't find a replacement to losing Jeff Green and Bruce Brown. But I would love to hear your biggest loser, Mac. I would love to hear your biggest loser. I'm scared. I think he's gonna say the Washington Wizards, though. I think he's gonna say the Washington
I should say Washington Wizards. Like, bro, what did we do? We signed Kuzma. That's what we did.
That's true.
And we've re-signed him. So he was already part of our team. So that was your big move. Re-signing somebody to a giant contract that was already on your team. You lost. You lost Bradley Beal. You lost Porzingis. You lost. You recouped with someone who wasn't even better with Porzingis, with more looks, right? And poor man's Bradley Beal.
Right.
So
if you had to pick another one outside of the Washington Wizards, who else would it be?
Milwaukee. I thought Milwaukee was going to make some moves and get younger. I definitely thought they were going in a different direction. I didn't realize they were going to sign the same team they had that lost in the playoffs.
They did. I think Milwaukee is kind of confident in their draft, though. I can give them that much. So I think like when they was doing they play like a big thing to them, I think was making sure they solidify bringing Brook Lopez back and bringing Middleton back. You already got Drew Holiday. They already basically still got they same squad. I mean, they did lose Javon Carter. Like but that's kind of all they really lost. So they got like Drew. I forgot his name, Drew Timmy or something like that from Gonzaga. He's a nice guy. He came out the draft. Like they drafted pretty solid. When I seen that draft, it's crazy to say because when I seen that draft, I said, okay, I see what Milwaukee's doing. They basically drafted everything they needed. You already got like a Giannis. Like all they starting players are damn near 30-a-minute player games. And then you bring these rookies off the bench who are 7-foot guys who can rebound and shoot. You know, they just need strictly role players off their bench. They starters gonna do their job. The bench has got to come in and basically just hold it down. That's from what I was seeing. I mean, especially from what I was seeing last year. Like players like Javon Carter.
Coach?
I want. Is it? What's his name? I want to start his name.
I thought Milwaukee fired their coach
for the Bucks.
Yeah, they got their former their assistant coach is the new head coach or something of that nature. I'm not too sure. But
Adrian Griffin
is not there no more.
Yeah, Bodenholzer. That's what I was gonna say. But Adrian Griffin is their coach right now.
Yeah.
So he wants the same squad. That's the same approach, the same guys, the same that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, just thought that was weird.
And you know what? I gotta throw a wrinkle in there for me, and it's another West Coast team. And I'm gonna say the Golden State Warriors was kind of like a loser too, losing DiVincenzo in free agency. I thought that was a big loss, even though Jordan Poole he didn't have a great season this year, but I think that was kind of like a valuable loss. I mean, you bring back Draymond Green, but you bring back you got an old behind Chris Paul. You don't know how healthy he's going to be going into next season. It's kind of uncertain. I mean, they got some players, but I just feel like when it comes to DiVincenzo, you really lost a big role player coming off the bench with him. So, I mean, Warriors could be a rinky dink in some ways, but so that's what Bug said. Anthony Price, he said the Suns was losers in the free agency. And RC Talks had a question for us. He said, "Would y'all start your team with Damian Lillard or Donovan Mitchell?"
I gotta go Dame. I gotta go Dame on that one.
I mean, it would have a lot to do with who my center is, but I mean, if I just strictly had to pick off knowing them two, it'd probably be Dame.
Yeah, I had to go Dame.
That's really tough though, because Donovan
Mitchell. If I had a good big man, I'm going Mitchell. If I had a good big man, I'm going Mitchell.
Yeah, I think you can start a team with both though. I really can, because they have two different styles of play. But going into the winners of the NBA free agency, I want to hear Bug or Mac or who they think they won free agency here. I think it's only one team
I mean-
for me, but I would love to hear what y'all have to say.
Oh, what fucking team was that? Was it the Pacers? I know the Pacers were definitely one of the teams that won. Oklahoma City won. Oklahoma City won in a lot of facets already in the offseason.
Yeah,
but those are the two teams I'm going to name.
me. Oh, but you want to go? You could go.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, I don't like this team, and I never will. But the Los Angeles Lakers won this free agency for me. I'm sorry, you kept D'Angelo Russell. You got Austin Reeves, where I thought he was going to get the bag somewhere else, and he stayed for the smaller amount than what he got.
Oh.
You went out and got Tashawn Prince from Minnesota, which is another 3-and-D guy that you have on your defensive side of the ball. You go out and get a Gabe Vincent that just played in the finals. That's really good because even though Dennis Schroeder was the only one that didn't come back, but you bring back Hachimura. That's another big. Then you got Jackson Hayes, a young center coming in. So for me, I really like what the Lakers have done to improve. I mean, Gabe Vincent is one of those guys that day night in and night out. You could depend on him at the point guard position. He moves without the basketball. He's very smart. But I like how the contracts were set up. They wasn't overpaid. They wasn't underpaid. They was just right. I thought they was going to get rid of D'Angelo Russell, but they ended up keeping him. And D'Angelo Russell might be coming off the bench now since Gabe Vincent is there. So you add more to your bench, plus a Hachimura, plus a Prince, plus a Jackson Hayes. I think the Lakers, they really did a great job in free agency for me.
I like that. I like the Lakers, but of course, I'm gonna have to throw one out there, man. I'm going with the Rockets on this, and I'm gonna say why. Because when you look at a team and what they needed on that team, they got a veteran point guard in Van Vliet. They got Dylan Brooks. They traded Martin away to the Clippers, so he got signed by the Clippers, but they pick up Brooks. Plus the draft class, I just feel like I feel like they got exactly what they needed and nothing more, nothing less. They went and got exactly what they needed. Fred, he done won before. He been there. You got a lot of young guards need that veteran experience. You put that in the locker room. Dylan Brooks, you put him in what's my guy, Jayshawn Tate. Like those two, you got two killer defenders on the team now. I just feel like they went and got what they needed. But the other team that I was gonna say, you already said, was the Lakers. The Lakers, they went crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you got Austin Reeves on a discount. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't understand how no teams really went after Austin Reeves in free agency. That's insane.
And you got to think. So who they get? Prince, Gabe,
Jackson Hayes.
Oh, they brought back.
You signed Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves.
Yeah, like. Nah, that's crazy. Still to have
upgraded. The only person they really lost was Dennis Schroeder. That's the only guy that they lost.
Which they really didn't need. They really didn't need him like that.
Yeah, and you still, mind you, even though I'm not a big Jared Vanderbilt person defensively, I mean, he's great. And you could switch out 2, 3-and-D guys with him and Tashawn Prince. Tashawn Prince. But I like what the Lakers did. Rockets, you could definitely throw out there that was pretty good too. I can't lie. Oh, he got his 4th of July Smirnoff Ice. Here you go. But I would love to. You said Indiana and Oklahoma City was the winners, right? Of free agency, correct, Matt? I really like what Indiana did too. Indiana really went out and got some dogs. I'm
not gonna lie to you. Like I think some of the moves were underrated. Some of them were spot on. But all in all, like when you look at the team from last year to this year, both of those teams got a lot better.
Let me just look at the free agent signings that the
RCC. I think, and like I was thinking about this earlier, right? let's say, and y'all let me know if I'm right or wrong. 80 million from the Warriors and 80 million from the Rockets is different.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I think people are getting too caught up.
I also say this, right? If Dylan Brooks is pretty much one of the last pieces that they're putting in that starting mix, in that rotational mix, that was the last bit of money that they needed to spend to make sure that they spent enough money.
Yeah.
Like, you have to spend money. And if that's the last guy that you're getting that really is going to cost any money, fucking just spend it all in one spot.
Yeah, they just threw the bag out. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah. No state taxes.
Yeah, I was not a big fan. I mean, I was not a big fan of him getting $80 million. I just was not. That's just my personal opinion on it. I just want.
But then, well, I mean, people say Jeremy, but and see, that's why I feel like you got to.
And I said the same thing for Jeremy Grant. I think he got overly paid, like overly paid. Like it's not. It don't even make no sense with Portland signed to keep him there. That was a ridiculous contract.
I just feel like they might think that he's their only guy there with some, I don't want to say experience, but you got Nurkic who always hurt. You got Scoot, Anthony, like all these guys are young as hell. So I mean, I feel like they just signed him like, okay, you're gonna be our guy. Like, not saying they're gonna build around him, but he is gonna be a core piece of that team now. And I feel like once they did, like how you said earlier, once they threw that to him, I feel like Dame's like, yeah, I'm out of here. Y'all just gave this dude 160 million. We're not trying to win nothing. There's no way.
Yeah, 160 million for a Jeremy Grant. I'm just, I'm not a fan of it.
A lot of teams was bugging this offseason for sure.
Yes, yeah. I mean Jeremy Grant is one of them because he got more than Kyle Kuzma. That's insane. He got 160.
He got more than Kyrie, don't he?
Yeah, no.
Kyrie had 122.
He had more than Kyrie. Kyrie only had 126 mil.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So hold on. Here's my question to you. Would the Mavericks be the dark horse?
You know what? With the moves, I mean, they did bring back Steph Curry to back up Kyrie Irving, which that was
big.
Good. That was a big pickup for them. I know Dallas went out and got some other players, which I can't really name off the top of my head right now. But they could be a dark horse. They just got let's see how Luka and Kyrie gel under a full 82 game season. With Kyrie in the lineup, there was 5-11 when he got traded, and when he's in the lineup. So I think if you get the gel going, get the chemistry going against them two, and whatever, I think they still kept Finney Smith there. They kept a lot of their roster together, and they went out and got some great draft picks as well. If they make the team, because training camp's going to start soon for them and stuff like that. But I think they can be. I think they really can be a dark horse. A lot of people's going to look over Dallas this upcoming season because the way the West is set up. So I wouldn't be surprised if they really Dallas be a dark horse. I wouldn't be surprised. And that's true, David Burns. The Dallas Mavericks still need a big man. They definitely still need a big man.
He took the words. I was telling him if you to finish, but that's what they need, bro. Like, you gotta think that's the only reason Christian Wood is out there right now. They thought he was gonna be like, and I thought he was gonna be the answer too. I thought he was gonna be the answer when he was on the Rockets, but Christian Wood, he just never showed up to be that guy anybody thought he was gonna be. So they definitely still need a big man. Bad.
Yeah,
for me, did Christian Wood get traded mid-season, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah.
I think you're not giving Christian Wood a shot, especially if he only played half a season with the Dallas Mavericks. I think you're not giving him a shot. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a little injury prone too.
So he was injured. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense for me. I mean, listen, if he's injured and he's the best availability, and you're not playing, then hey, I get it.
That's how your boy end up getting any type of burn. You gotta think. Last year, you was in a lot of Dwight Powell. That was Christian Wood's position.
Dwight Powell, he went back. Yeah, he went back to Dallas too. That was another one that went back to Dallas.
Extra cheese.
Very underrated player in the league. Very underrated player. I was kind of the Clippers losing him. That's really tough. That's really tough losing him because he was a good. I don't think what he was. He was a starter with the Clippers or he was a bench player. I think it was like off and on if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's like
Bill
off and on.
Simmons need to stop mocking the Kyrie deal. Oh my God, here we go. Kyrie's mom or stepmom did his contract deal. Oh, okay. So, I mean, I thought Kyrie was going to get the max, and my question for y'all is this, and I know Mac, you a Celtics fan as well. Is it time to send a max deal to Jaylen Brown? Is it that time now for Boston to extend him, or do you feel like Jaylen Brown needs to go?
Me personally,
let Matt go. Go ahead.
If I was the coach, I'll get Brown out of there. Like I said, that's the biggest problem that it's been there is you have two guys that play the same position and they both play similar roles. So you know what I'm saying? Like they sometimes can work well together on the same court. But if Tatum is eating, that means Brown really doesn't. If Brown's eating, that means Tatum really doesn't. How many games did they have? They both gone over 25. Not that damn many.
Not many.
And they should have been killing it in the playoffs.
Agreed.
But again, that's what I'm saying. So you move Brown, and you either get a young center that's going to play defense because you got Porzingis for big man offense. So you go get a big man defender to back him up. And then you either start Brogdon as your point guard or get rid of him too and go get a point guard. And that's that. And in which case you could trade White and Brogdon for Damian Lillard, and then you would have the cap space.
I like that.
Got a point there. What would be your thought? What would you do if you was the GM for the Boston Celtics, Bug? Would you give him the max or you would let him walk?
And the crazy part about it is only because it's basically like I think they still having a power struggle of who team it is. And believe it or not, bro, that's Jaylen Brown's fucking team. But Tatum is just like I was saying, we
Tatum's
kind
like the bigger star if you're trying to say.
There we go. He got the look. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I feel like that's what's wrong with their game too. So you let Brown walk, bro. You don't max him out and keep him there and make them fall out and cause locker room trouble and all that extra shit, bro. You let that man go somewhere where he's gonna produce you.
Toxic.
Yeah, yeah, like you let that man go somewhere where he's gonna produce, bro, and be able to actually play his game. Believe it or not, I don't feel like Brown can actually play his whole game with Tatum on the court. I'm sorry, like I love Tatum. I'm a Dookie, and I just feel like, bro, it's just hard for Brown to really get in his bag. Like, even those clutch moments when they were talking about that one game in the playoffs where Brown, he took 2 shot attempts in the second half. And they were talking, that's when Tatum basically had a record of fucking shitting on himself in the fourth quarter. And it's like, bro, give the man the ball, bro. Like, he's the man. Give him the ball. But it's like, It's a power struggle, bro. You let him go. You let him go before it gets toxic. Just like Max said, it's going to get toxic. You let him walk. You don't max him out.
Anthony Price going to say Tatum is Roman Reigns, Tatum is Roman, and Brown is Jey Uso. LOL. But Mac, you got any more trivia for us? Because that's all the NBA topics that we had. I was going to talk about Golden State still being a threat, but we'll talk about that at a later time. We got to see how these rosters still going to shape out.
I'm getting cheesesteak Charlies.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But what other topics you got? What other trivia you got?
All right, hold on. Like I said, I got plenty of trivia. Okay. What year was the first Super Bowl ever played?
Ooh, first. I'm going to say 1938.
The first Super Bowl?
The first Super Bowl.
The first Super Bowl was played in what year?
1938?
No. Go ahead, Bug. Take your shot, Bug. The first Super Bowl.
Can we get 2 tries at least? 2 tries.
That's what I don't know. 1950. Yeah, I'm going with you. Not here. 1950.
No.
All right. I'm gonna give me one more. I'm gonna say the first Super Bowl to ever play 1964.
No, not 64.
Oh, all right, I'm out of answers then.
You want one more shot, Bug? The comments are wrong too. They ain't got it.
Just go. Yeah, just go ahead and throw us.
David Burns got it. David Burns got it. It's
David Burns got it.
1967,
okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Super Bowl. And you know, I was gonna be like, man, this is pretty obvious. What Super Bowl just happened?
It is crazy. I said 1964 and I was still off. I'll be off. Like the first one was 30. I thought it was real far because you just never know the AFL and all that. But damn, I was close again.
All right. What year did the NFL begin? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm phrased that wrong. The NFL began in what year?
The NFL began in what year?
Yes, what year did the
technically
NFL
the first Super Bowl
Not the
was
first
in 1965.
67.
Okay, 1967 was the first Super Bowl. Now, are we talking about the merger or are we just talking about separate? Because mind you, it's a merger involved in this. The AFL and the NFL merged.
No. When the first NFL, when they first broke open the NFL, before any merger, before any of that, like when the NFL became an NFL, we celebrated the 100th season. How long ago?
I'm so done with math. Don't mind me. I'm dumb as shit when it comes to math. I'm gonna go with 1955.
No.
Damn.
Okay. Rakim in the comments, he got it. It is 1920.
Ooh, he said I watched the
because
ESPN.
in 2020, like again, like you did the 100 year. I figured everybody was gonna remember the commercial because they had Jim Brown, they had everybody in it. They had Marshawn Lynch.
I was just at the Hall of Fame game last year. How the hell I not know this shit? Out of all the history going through those museums, how the hell I don't know this shit? This is crazy to me. This is bull crap. But Matt got education. Yes. What's going on? What's going on, love? What's going on? But yeah. We can do one more trivia.
Yeah,
is it just football or is it basketball?
Oh, it's football.
Oh, you just see.
Yeah, I just got football today.
You got to throw some NBA in there, but go ahead. We got this, man.
Well, I did a whole NBA segment.
No, he did.
Oh, damn.
26. I had 26.
He said he was waiting for you to be there too. He had a question just for you too. I ain't gonna lie.
I did. But,
the life of coaching now. I'm sorry, y'all. The life of coaching. But yeah, give us another NFL trivia, man. Another NFL trivia.
Okay. So, what team made their first Super Bowl appearance in 2004?
What team made their first Super Bowl appearance in 2004?
Yes.
Carolina Panthers.
You got it.
Yeah, that's when they played the New England Patriots. And that was one of the best Super Bowls that ever played, man. That was a great Super Bowl with Steve Smith, Muhammad, Ricky Prohl, Jake Delhomme as the quarterback. Yes.
Please don't talk about Jake.
Yes. Panthers, absolutely. But let's get into some recent NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Top 10. Because I think we did offensive positions. Now let's do defensive positions. Mac, this is a CBS sports topic, so get ready. This is a CBS sports topic, so get ready. So I'm gonna let y'all know what this consists of according to CBS Sports. And it says here that it consists of top end talent, the impact of starters at the respective position, and the importance of their respective team. Now, this adds defensive line, linebackers, secondary were not clumped together. This list includes edge rushers, interior defenders, cornerbacks, off-ball linebackers, and safeties. Just to let y'all know what this consists of. So let's go with number 10. Number 10 is the 49ers safeties. That's who they have at number 10, the 49ers safeties.
You got Hufanga
Number
back
9.
there.
Yeah, what they still got which is Hufanga and Tashawn Gibson back there. But I can say about Tashawn Gibson, the guy has a 19.3 passer rating. Gibson didn't allow a single touchdown pass last season with the 49ers on his side of the ball. So just throwing that out there. Number 9, they got the Jets cornerbacks with Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. They have dump corners at number 9. Number 8, they have the Giants interior defenders with Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams, the two defensive tackles who anchors the Giants defense. And, I mean, if you look at Lawrence, he had a monster season, 68 tackles, 7.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles.
What's good, real two goons? Anthony Purcell.
What's going on, real two goons? What's going on, brother? What's up with you, man? Number 7, they have the 49ers off-ball linebackers, meaning that they have Fred Warner as one of the best middle linebackers in the league. It did, Warner did have a top-notch 100-plus tackles in the first 5 seasons, as he and Bobby Wagner are the only 2 players who have 115-plus tackles in each of their last 5 seasons. So Fred Warner, they off-ball linebackers is 49ers number 7. Number 6.
But I'm saying,
I'm sorry, they did Dre Greenlaw as well. Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah, so they got Greenlaw for them.
Yeah, for the 49ers. Number 6, they have the Buffalo Bills safeties with Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. Yeah. And now, with DeMar Hamlin coming back, but they had them at number 6. So your first 5 is you have the 49er safeties with Hufanga and Tashawn Gibson. Then you have the Jets corners at number 9 with Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. Number 8 is the interior defenders for the New York Giants, Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. Number 7 is the 49ers off-ball linebackers with Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. In the Bills safeties, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde at number 6. What is your thoughts on that 5 so far?
That seemed real mid. That seemed real mid.
You got anything to say about that so far?
I mean, I was excited about Porter and Mike.
Poyer Hyde, yeah.
Hoyer and Hyde.
Yeah, man, yeah. I was excited about them like 4 years ago, but now it's like, okay, they play, they're good together, but I mean, I wouldn't put them in my top 10 list, and if I did, they ain't gonna be nowhere near the top 5.
And just to let the audience know that this is group positions, defensive group positions. So just want to, just let y'all know this. But number 5, we have the Cleveland Browns edge rushers at number 5 with Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, and Zadarius Smith.
Cleveland's edge rushers. That's flabbergasted.
Cleveland edge rushers with Jadeveon Clowney, Zadarius Smith, and Myles Garrett on this list as far as that they have. Number 4, they have the Philadelphia Eagles cornerbacks with Darius Slay and James Bradbury at number 4. Number 3, the Baltimore Ravens off-ball linebackers at number 3 with Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen. So you have those off the ball linebackers is what you have. Number 2, they had the 49ers interior defenders with Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead as a position group. And you could throw, Kevin Givens for depth, but of course, the number 1 edge rushers or at the position is the Philadelphia Eagles with Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, Nolan Smith, Derek Barnett. They have those there at the Philadelphia Eagles at number 1 for this list. Honorable mentions in no order. They have the Dolphins cornerbacks, the Saints linebackers.
I was literally about to say
Cowboys
the Dolphins cornerbacks.
Yeah, they got these are honorable mentions that they have. Dolphins corners, but this is no order though for the honorable mentions. Dolphin corners, Saint linebackers, Ravens safeties, Cowboys corners, Steelers edge rushers, Cardinals safeties, Falcons interior defenders, Commanders interior defenders, Chargers edge rushers, and Cowboys edge rushers. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest here. For me, when it comes the edge rushers, I would take the Cleveland Browns off, and I'll put the Chargers edge rushers on there. I'm sorry, Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa as those 2 edge rushers in itself is better than Javion Clowney and Myles Garrett at this point, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if Javion Clowney even re-signed back with the Cleveland Browns.
It's Zadarius Smith.
Zadarius Smith, the Ladarius Smith. I don't care. But I get it.
Double-digit sacks.
Yeah, but I mean, even though they got him in a trade, I still don't know how he's going to do in Cleveland. It's still unproven.
He's going to do the same thing he did in Baltimore. He's going to fucking play like, bro. Like I said, I mean, I've seen him play. I've had to play against him. I mean, look what he did in Green Bay, and then look what he turned around and did with the Vikings. I mean, dude, he made Hunter look like Hunter was ass, and Hunter was
he definitely did.
So I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, bro, you put him on the opposite side of Myles Garrett, man, that's probably the scariest pass rush in the fucking league. But the problem is, outside of their one cornerback, can the rest of the middle of the defense be solid? Can the other outside cornerback be solid? How is that safety tandem going to play? Like, that's what it is. But I tell you what, man, they're going to get between the two. You can book this now. Between the two, they get over 30 sacks.
I mean, Anthony Price did say watch the Commanders' defensive line is easy a top 10. I mean, if Chase Young could come back 100% healthy and just keep his hand in the ground, you have a great pass rush with that. Sure. Agreed, 100%. But you got, the Dallas Cowboys edge rushers on there. You got, as honorable mentions, like outside of honorable mentions, did CBS get this correct with this top 10? Who would you take out and who would you add with this top 10?
Take out.
Buffalo's out of there. Buffalo's out.
Who would you replace it with? You replace it with Miami?
Nope. Is Steelers an honorable mention?
Yes, the Steelers are honorable mention. Their honorable mention is
defense is good as fuck.
Their edge rushers is an honorable mention. The Steelers edge rushers.
I just want to make sure I'm remembering what I'm remembering. Pittsburgh Steelers safeties.
Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers safeties. But you know what? They've been very underrated. I'm not going to even lie. They've been very, very underrated. So I can see that. I can see the Steelers jumping into this top 10. Honorable mentions, they had the Cardinal safeties up there. They had
Minkah Fitzpatrick.
How you feel about the Ravens safeties being an honorable mention? How you feel about that?
I mean, I'm kind of upset that they didn't make the list. Considering, like, Kyle Hamilton is a rookie last year, literally should have been runner-up, if not winner, of the defensive rookie of the year. Like, dude, he played lights out for us.
Agreed. Yeah, I like to see. like the safeties.
Oh yeah.
And Kyle
they
Hamilton was definitely a steal in the draft. He definitely was a
got
steal.
Canu, Keanu Neal. I know he played with the Falcons. They got Killebrew.
The guy
they
he used
got
to be from Atlanta Falcons, right?
Huh?
Yeah. You know
But
the guy Neal from the Atlanta Falcons, right?
Yeah, and then they got Kazi too. DeMonte Kazi.
Oh yeah,
dude. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like with Minka Fitzpatrick. That's what I mean. Like Minka Fitzpatrick.
they whole defense is stacked. Defense is stacked. Don't forget they got Miles Jack, Devin Bush. Mm-hmm. They got players where they whole defense is jacked. I'm not gonna lie.
If the Pittsburgh Steelers signed Miles Jack back too, I want them to re-sign Miles Jack.
They should.
With Devin Bush.
I think they are, but his production has been going down.
Should, in my opinion,
his production definitely been going down though. So it's like, oh man. But I think they should sign him back too. I wish they could have got Tremaine, man. Tremaine and Devin Bush.
Say no more. Say no more with that.
Facts. Watch that.
Yeah, but Tremaine ended up going to Chicago. He got the bag.
Nah, he did though, and he went to a good team.
Tremaine definitely got the bag.
He gonna be the voice. I can see him being the voice of that defense. See him being the voice of that defense. They got Brisker. They got some other people, Jaylon Jones, but he gonna be the guy.
I want to get into this one topic though about Andy Dalton, man. I want to get into this topic because this topic right here, I don't understand what Andy Dalton is trying to say here. So, I was reading the article a little bit earlier today. And quarterback Andy Dalton views himself as a starter in his league. He said he doesn't think that there are 32 guys better than him. He also thinks that he can help the next generation of quarterbacks, though. Oh, we all know that he's been his first 9 years with the Cincinnati Bengals. We know that. They land Joe Burrow. We know how that story went. He goes to Dallas as a backup to Dak Prescott. And then he was a backup to Justin Fields in Chicago and was a backup to Jameis Winston. So the Saints moved on to Derek Carr. So Dalton was definitely out the window when it came to that. For me,
You breaking up?
You're going to back up Bryce Young, which was your number one over.
You're breaking up, D-Hop. Can you hear me, Bug? Yeah, I can see you moving, Bug.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
So it's definitely him then.
Yeah. It ain't me today. It's not me
nice
today.
not to be you one.
Dalton felt comfortable. Dalton felt comfortable in a role of Carolina in a large part because the coaches.
We didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, yeah, he's
We didn't hear anything you said.
But I don't know. He said, "I'm really in a good situation here." Frank Wright plays until he's 38. He was a career backup. Dalton said he understands the continuum. You want to be in that quarterback room. Look at Josh McCown, played until he was 40, and Josh was my friend for the last 10 years, and now he's the coach. And then he said that he's heading into his 13th season, that he looks back on the last couple of years and the situations didn't turn out the way that he liked it. Last year he felt personally that he played good football but didn't win as many games. But the important thing is that he has the confidence in who he is. And not a lot of people can say that this is the 13th year in the NFL. He feel good where he at, and it's fun to be in a position to help the next generation quarterbacks. I feel like this article is very freaking bipolar. Because number one, you say that you don't think that you think it's not 32 quarterbacks are better than you, then you say you're happy to be in the same place that you are right now. Which one is it? Like, it's Andy Dalton we talk about. Like, which one is it? Do you want to be a starter in this league, or you're happy where you at because you say you feel as though you have 13 years in the NFL, and a lot of people can't really say that, which is true. But do you want to be a starter in this league? Because that gives you the confidence saying you feel like, 32 quarterbacks is not better than you, and you should be a starter. Then at the same time, you say you want to help the younger generation. So I would love to hear y'all quick thoughts on this before we go into another topic, man. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Because Andy Dalton, he had great years in Cincinnati. He just didn't win nothing in Cincinnati. So quick thoughts real quick on that.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he was playing for a defensive coach in Marvin Lewis all those years. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. He didn't have the best offensive coordinators. He really didn't. Like, think about it. Like, him and A.J. Green, that was about it. They had the left tackle on the offensive line. The rest of it was rotational every single year. Like we played against them. So, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, Andy Dalton, if you put him in the right system, yeah, he can still definitely compete for a starting job all day. But is he better than all the guys out there? No. But maybe two guys that are starting.
I think he quoted it wrong, in my opinion.
Probably, but I mean, still, like Andy Dalton is definitely going to be in the league for at least another 3 or 4 years, as long as he can be a backup and he can still throw the ball. I don't see
what
why
you
not.
think, Bud.
I mean, he sound like Cam to me. First
you
of
live
all.
in Carolina, so I mean,
That's the
live
first thing
down
I
there.
want
I
to say.
know you heard this before.
Like I was just telling Mac earlier, and it's crazy that he say that because I think he's gonna start week 1. Dalton is gonna be starting, bro. Believe it or not, like he's gonna be starting, and I don't know if he's better
over Bryce Young.
I think he's gonna start week 1. It's just a Carolina thing, bro. Like, and Bryce has been showing out at OTAs and everything, but everybody's saying the same thing. He's small. So I could see them throwing Andy out there until he starts fucking up, and then they might give Bryce a run. But I see Andy coming out week 1. So I feel like him saying that too is kind of like, because he know he about to start now. Like, you feel me? Like, y'all know I'm a starter. You know what I'm saying? I ain't sorry now. That's basically what he's saying. Like, I ain't ass. I'm still better than some of the dudes out here. Like, don't get it confused. I'm not ass. That's what I think he was just basically trying to say. Because, and then, since it's crazy that y'all said that too about him playing with AJ, because he haven't averaged 7.6 attempts since he played with AJ, but he did last year. So Andy's not bad, bro. He had one of his lowest interception. He had 9 interceptions. That's the lowest he threw for in a minute. So he playing. I can see him starting. I can see him starting, and I can see him being all right. Now, him being better than 32 guys, I don't know about that.
I mean, like I said, all I'm saying is look at the division. Can he split the division wins? If he can
yeah. Hell
wins,
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then I guess what you saying now too, Matt.
Carolina still has a great defense too. They still good on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah, I just feel like losing DJ was huge. Them losing DJ Moore was huge, and then
losing DJ was huge. Absolutely.
Like, if they, I don't think they would have gave away DJ Moore if they didn't feel like they had a couple guys in house that they were building up that's starting ready to take a bigger step. I just don't see you making that step, that decision as an organization without knowing.
This is some incoming news. Malik Beasley has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Bucks. So
see, now that's a good move.
They're trying to get some bench.
To a 1-year deal?
Malik Beasley agreed to a 1-year deal with the Bucks, which is a great move for them. I'm not gonna lie. I like that.
Yeah, like that. Help out their bench, absolutely.
Yeah, help their bench, yeah.
So Anthony Price puts this here.
Oh, I might want to hear that
let me
bullshit, man.
Let me just
Might
close
want to hear
this out
that.
because I think this to be. But
I know as a football player,
I don't know why I'm
at
having issues
every
with my
game,
audio
hold
for
on.
some reason.
Every game, you bring at least 3 cleats. Okay, you bring at least 3 cleats. You bring one for short grass, dry conditions. You bring one with a little extra cleat in case it, you know what I mean, it had rained or something like that. And then you bring the long cleats out when it's a fucking mud puddle. So if you ain't come with your cleats and you ain't switch them out and you ain't make no changes, that is your own motherfucking fault.
And then I'm not gonna lie either, bro. When the Eagles
I'm
beat the shit out of
gonna
Jackson,
say this. I'm gonna say this on this, Anthony Price. They was in Glendale, Arizona. They played at the Cardinals field for the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, right? If they played in Arizona this year, right? Arizona has one of the worst fields in the league. You knew this coming into the Super Bowl. It's no excuse. It's no excuse at all for you to say that they lost because of the field was slippery and they couldn't really get to Patrick. Yes, the floor was slippery. But if you look at it from a Chiefs standpoint, they couldn't get to Jalen Hurts either. It was a slippery field. It's a bad field in general. So knowing that you played on this field before, especially you're in the NFC Philadelphia Eagles, you know how bad this field is. So you put on the proper cleats. It's simple as that.
Yeah, it's an NFL.
Now all of a sudden y'all want to make excuses of y'all losing the Super Bowl. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But you got any thoughts on this before we go into the
because certain players didn't bring the cleats they should have. All of a sudden, it's some hokey poke.
And I know everybody not want to, y'all might not want to hear this, but I'm just saying it was a regular season game, and I keep bringing this game up. I watched the Eagles beat the shit out of Jacksonville in the rain. When I tell you they beat the shit out of them in the rain, they beat the dog shit out of them. You didn't hear everybody complaining, oh my God, Trevor Lawrence kept fumbling because it was raining. No, he got his ass whooped. Like, bro, it's a sport. You playing outside. When you play football don't get those excuses. You get all say, y'all get down and dirty. Y'all don't get no rain. It's snow. Whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't get them excuses. Those basketball dudes, oh my God, it's wet on the floor, all that. Y'all don't get those excuses. Y'all got to play however. Whatever weather conditions, you got to come to play, bro. So that I don't agree with that. Brendan's an OG.
Simple as that.
He an OG. He know better be saying shit like that, man. He's an OG out here, man. Come on.
Yes. Especially on that defensive line. I mean, I understand that you're butthurt of losing the Super Bowl in a way you lost it, but
yeah,
you making it for me. I feel like he's making it seem like they got blown out.
Yeah,
and they didn't get blown out, even though y'all didn't get to them. Y'all didn't get to Patrick Mahomes. Y'all was still in the game, regardless. So, I mean, it was a close Super Bowl. It was a good Super Bowl. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. But the top 7, we're ranking the most underrated wide receivers going into the season. Underrated. And there's 7 of them here. Of course, this is not a CBS one, Mac, so you're good. This is a Bleacher Report. Because I was waiting for him to black out on CBS, man. I was waiting for you to black out. But I got 7 receivers here. According to Bleacher Report. And of course, y'all want to start from 7 and go down to 1. So the first underrated receiver that they have on this list is Chris Olave at number 7 for New Orleans.
I agree with that.
Is he underrated, or he's right there?
People are not talking about him. I think he's being overlooked by a lot of other young guys, and a lot of guys who's been in the league for 2 or 3 years. And as a rookie, to put up the numbers he did, he should put some respect on that man's name.
Yes, tallying 72 receptions, 1,042 yards, and 4 touchdowns only in 15 games last year.
Come on now.
Yeah, put some respect on that man's name. Number 6, Amari Cooper, the Cleveland Browns. Is he underrated, or What is Amari Cooper to y'all, man?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like over the last few years, he's starting to become more overrated.
Okay, thank you, Mac. Thank you. I don't even gotta say
It's
it.
like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like he's put up decent production, but the whole thing is, like, did he get over 1,000 yards last year?
Did Amari? I don't think he did.
According to his, I'm not too sure. It doesn't say his stats here. They talk about his.
I'm finna go look right now. Amari had. Oh, he
so
did. He had 1,100.
1,100 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Of the past
With
four
who?
seasons.
Who was his quarterback? Was he with Cleveland all year last year?
He was in Dallas
he's with Cleveland.
he was in Dallas the last couple of years, but this year this past year he had Jacoby Brissett and Deshaun Watson.
Brissett.
I still think he's overhyped because again, like every time I hear anybody talk about him, it's like they treat him like he's DeAndre Hopkins.
Hey, I had him in Oakland, so I know for a fact that he's overrated.
Like,
I know that for a fact.
Like, I mean, obviously he can put up numbers if you put him in the right situation. But again, I feel like he's one of those guys that he like. Okay, he'll be on the top 10 list most of the years he's played. He'll be on the top 10 list, I guess. But there's other years where he's kind of just faded into the background, and that's my whole thing.
All right. So number 5, Terry McLaurin, Washington Commanders. Underrated?
I like that. I like Terry.
Say that again.
Terry underrated. I can say
Terry McLaurin, Washington Commanders. At number 5.
McLaurin.
Underrated.
Terry
I feel like
McLaurin.
He should be talked about like in the same sense as we talk about Devontae Adams. And the fact that he hasn't got that push and he doesn't really get that talked about from like most of the media coverage when they talk about good wide receivers in the game, he's up there with Devontae Adams any day of the week. Like I said, I'd say he's top 5.
This is a good fun fact here. Last year with Washington, in a combination of Carson Wentz, Taylor Heineke, and Sam Howell under center, McLaurin racked up 1,191 yards and 5 touchdowns on 77 receptions.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if he had Brissett and fucking Watson throwing to him. You think he wouldn't have got more yards?
I think he would have the same amount, for real. Just because how good he is.
I think he would definitely have more. Having a better, consistent quarterback throwing to you. Like, again, that's 3 quarterbacks in one season. And a lot of those catches that he got, he had to go catch that damn ball. That ball wasn't to him. He caught balls behind him, over him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to dive for a few of them. But that's the whole simple fact is if you put that ball near him, he goes and gets it. And I think that's a difference maker with a lot of quarterbacks these days, where their game is elevated because they have a quarterback who can put it right on them. But that also, it doesn't tell me that you're a great wide receiver. You're a good wide receiver. You can call that ball, but the ball was put right on your chest. The ball was put right on your shoulder. Nice. So there you go. But when you got a quarterback who's throwing at your feet and you got to come back on your route, you got to make an extra cut, and you still got to dive for the ball. When you're getting yards, especially when you're getting yards after the catch, with quarterbacks like that, I mean, bro, I have to give it to you. Imagine him with a top 5 quarterback, top 10 quarterback, bro. He'd be putting up 16.
We should also this one, Bug, at 5.
I like that. I mean, I already seen the list, so I don't kind of disagree with nothing on it, but I agree.
Oh my God,
No, I just but see, it's crazy because I'm gonna tell you
now, man.
I'm gonna tell you what I did though, because when I had did my list and I thought you was gonna go CBS, so I just wanted to go see like the general list of who everybody had, and that was the first one to pop up. Mm-hmm. So when I seen that, when I was going through, I was like, damn. That's why as soon as you said Olave, I was like, okay, I know the list he went to. Because I didn't know. As soon as you said Olave, I already knew how the rest of the list.
All right, so when we done this list, I want to hear the CBS list. Because I know CBS list might be controversial. I'm not too sure.
CBS gonna piss me off.
I got number 4 is George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Underrated receiver there.
Pick is definitely underrated. I feel like he's underrated.
He's
still working though, but he underrated.
52 passes for 802 yards, 4 touchdowns, and ranked 13th league-wide in yards per target at 9.5.
Listen, if you put that ball anywhere where that man's arm radius is, he's going to catch it. I watched him catch a ball out of bounds, tiptoed, kept his toes in, held the ball out, and brought the ball in.
I think that was on a Sunday night game or something, or Monday night game or something like that.
I was no good. No, he did that against the Ravens on a 1:00 Sunday game.
It was a primetime game, right?
No. He might have done it to another team, but I'm telling you, he did that shit to us on 1:00. It was 1:00 Sunday football. He did that shit. I was so pissed. Like, bro, we got. I believe we did. We got beat by the Steelers in the second half of the season with what's his name being the quarterback, Huntley. Damn.
What's going on, Michael Canada? What's going on, Michael? What's good? What's good, my brother? Number 3, they have Khalif Raymond, wide receiver from Detroit Lions. Khalif Raymond was never a top-tier fantasy producer. Of course, they have Amar St. Brown, Marvin Jones, Josh Reynolds, and Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamison Williams. They said Raymond only played 49% of the Lions' offensive snaps. He did have 616 receiving yards, 3rd on the team with 47 receptions, and he's 28 years old. He did rank 12th among league-wide yards per target with 9.6. How y'all feel about Khalif Raymond? Feel like an underrated guy?
Too high on this list.
Yeah, that is high on this list.
I mean, Olave. I mean, him and Olave should switch places then. Like, I could see you putting this guy at like number 10, but putting him at like in the top 5. What? I mean, like, it sounds like the Ravens' prototypical
Here we
wide
go.
receivers.
Here we go. I'm waiting on it.
40 catches for 600 yards and 3 touchdowns. Go ahead.
All right, so number 2, we got Richie James for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, he's supposed to replace Tyreek Hill in 2022 offseason with Juju Smith-Schuster, but Schuster production was 78 catches, 933 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But they lost Juju Smith-Schuster in free agency. Richie James comes over from New York that could end up being one of the offseason most underrated signings. According to James' production in 2022, it was quietly strong with 57 catches at 569 yards and 4 touchdowns, and the Giants' offense that ranked 25th in pass attempts. He's I'm just going off what it says. It says he's a top 50 player in yards per target at 8.1, and he provides a tremendous 119.6 passer rating when he's targeted.
Boo! Boo!
I mean, I watched the kid play. He's not. I watched the kid play. I was really surprised that he was on this list.
Listen to me.
I mean,
you cannot be underrated unless
he's not. He's an okay player. He's not a solid. But he's okay.
With 50-some catches, 50-some catches, like good to decent wide receivers. Once you get over 30 catches, you pretty much start to get in that 500, 600, 700 range. But to have 50-some catches and only 500 yards, Nah, man, way too high on this list. Again, like it's like I don't care what potential.
Much appreciated, Michael. Much appreciated.
Overrated, bro. Like you can't be underrated if you don't put up production. That's the whole thing. Like, okay, yeah, that's what he did as a third wheel. Fine, show me production for a first wheel. The whole thing is Olave. Olave as a second, third wheel guy. Look at the numbers he produced, and he was a rookie. So that's what I'm saying. Like again, that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he's the top person on this list so far. You've told me nobody with more upside than Olave.
Y'all, you ready for number one then?
Yeah, let's go.
You ready for number one, Mac?
Yeah, come on, let's do it.
Darius Slayton from the New York Giants. Darius Slayton, he's still 26. I mean, he did have 700 receiving yards in 3 of his 4 seasons, provided a passer rate above 96%. They said what was really impressive about Slayton that his efficiency this past season, he ranked 4th in the NFL yards per target, 0.2, behind only A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, and Dallas Goedert, and 1 spot ahead of Tyreek Hill. So they say he is the number 1 underrated receiver in this league. So Mac, I you take the floor on this one. I'm gonna let you take the floor on this one.
Oh, man,
What you got for me?
Or
you want to hear Bugs from CBS Sports? We want to hear the one from CBS Sports.
I was just talking about him the other fucking day and how good he was, and the duo that they have in New York. So no, again, like this is one of those guys that I could see you maybe putting him in like 8 or 9. And it is like I know David Burns, he's talking about Raymond's a secret weapon. Listen, again, until he puts up the production, it's hard to say, yes, he has an upside. I'll give you that. Yep, he does have an upside. James has an upside too. But again, it's not somebody I'm going to put over an Olave or a Terry McLaurin. Like, these guys don't get talked about enough, and they actually put up the production. Like, come on, let's value production, and let's actually value and say, the guys that have over 1,000 fucking yards receiving, but nobody's talking about. Let's talk about all those guys. Instead, you're going to bring up some guys that with 500 yards, 600 yards. Like, okay, they got 30, 40, 50, 60 catches. Again, you got guys with just a few more catches than that, but they're putting up another 400 yards.
Yeah, I got it. I felt like got left out Christian Kirk. I feel like Christian Kirk is very underrated. He had fourth most touchdowns last year. Yeah, St. Brown. Yeah, St. Brown.
He's with
Lockett. I feel like Lockett doesn't get his just due like he should because Metcalf a big guy. It's a couple guys out there. Even Higgins, Higgins is a big part of that trio. It's a couple guys like that could have got out there.
Boyd too. You could put Boyd on that list.
Yeah, Boyd. Yeah.
Cincinnati is literally got the best.
If you're throwing Slayton and guys like that up there, I'll take Michael Pittman Jr. from the Colts. I mean, like if we just putting people up there like guys, like underrated guys like Slayton, that had to be a Giants fan at the end.
As another underrated receiver. Agreed.
What you call it? The guy from the fucking 49ers.
Ayuk.
Yeah.
Yes, Ayuk is one of
That's another motherfucker. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, we could have made a much better motherfucking list than this shit.
Yeah. Slayton
what you got, Anthony Price? Anthony Price?
Mac, I got a big question to ask you. Something I heard about the Wizards.
But before we answer Anthony Price question, Book, you got that list from CBS?
Oh, see, it wasn't underrated. It was just
you got the list from CBS.
Yeah, but it wasn't underrated. It was just top receivers. It was just the top ranking receivers.
Let's keep that for tomorrow.
Yeah, all right.
Let's keep that for tomorrow then.
That's a good one because
I thought it was the same one as far.
I don't want to ruin nothing, but
underrated receivers. That's what I thought it was.
I just want to tell I want to tell Mac the number 1 so bad just to piss him off already on the list. Just guess who the number 1 is. Jalen Waddle.
But you know what?
Jalen Waddle.
Just go down the list. Go down the list. Fuck it. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now before
I'll say this though. Like Jalen Waddle has a lot of upside. He's also playing across from Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill is going to take the number 1. Like the number 1 cornerback is going to most likely go follow him unless the cornerback strictly plays to that side of the field. But even still, they switch it up enough that Waddle's going to get enough good looks. So
it's David Burns. Oh, that's the name. That's Anthony Price, bro. You are tripping.
I've heard this in circles too.
You really heard that? That's really going on?
a few people think that's what we're going to do. We're trying to tank, and like next year and the year after, we're going
Y'all
to
get Bronny.
bad contracts to load up on picks, so we can trade up and get the first, second, or third pick.
Hey, this is a hot take right here. You heard it first, bro. Bronny is not going to be that good in the league.
Nah, but listen. But the chance to get a LeBron James and Bronny duo in Washington,
that'd be crazy.
Right there is enticing as shit. Let alone what young core we have in 4 years.
People need to be getting hip to Bryce. Bryce.
No. Shh. Don't you talk about him. Don't you talk about him. I don't want motherfuckers to find out until his senior year of high school when motherfuckers forget about Bronny. Then all of a sudden, motherfuckers will be like, "Who is this kid, Bryce?
Yeah,
he's shooting at the fucking gym. This motherfucker can dunk.
He's gonna be one. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's LeBron's son.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck Bronny. This is LeBron James Jr. Dude, I've been watching him since he was like 13 years old. Been watching clips here and there. I don't want to get too excited, but no. If I had a choice of which James son we get, it would be Bryce. It would 100%.
Bryce is gonna be he gonna have the size, bro. He gonna have the whole package, bro. I like his game. His game.
He can shoot. Like his form is nice. What the young kids say? That shit is wet. That shot is wet.
I don't think. Yeah, I said that Anthony Price. I exactly said that. I feel like he's gonna need more than 1 year in college before he comes to
definitely.
the NBA.
Definitely.
Simple as that.
Oh yeah, I
don't think Bronny should come out after 1 year. I don't think so.
His first year in college, he's finna find out what real competition looks like. And get when I say this, and
exactly,
he with that high school circuits. Go ahead.
I will say this. I think Bronny's going to surprise a lot of people. Now, will he live up to expectations of his dad? No. But will I think he will break the mold and make his own? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I will say that. I think he becomes a damn good, solid player like a Holiday in this league.
Yeah.
Where he might not be able to consistently put up no fucking 30 points, but he might have a handful of games throughout his career where he might score a 50-point game.
I just think people forget, like, bruh, it's people that's seniors that's in college that will bust Bronny ass that you never heard of. They will bust his ass. Like I just think people just be forgetting that. They're thinking like, oh, it's Bronny James. Like, no, Bronny is still undersized like hell. Like, he got some work to do, bro. He going to USC too. Like, you're gonna be playing some teams, bro, and you're gonna have to come with it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna see. I'm not. Me personally, I think Bryce is better anyway. I think Bronny kind of a little overhyped, but we're gonna see though. We're gonna see.
No, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see. And I really want to. I just want to see, how he, converts from playing high school ball to playing with some of the best college players in the world. And mind you, it's a great class coming into college basketball this year as well. Outside of just
how you not break the how you not break the Foster Monroe news, man? The Monroe news. You supposed to be on your boy, man. Foster Monroe.
Foster Monroe is not a Raider, so what are you talking about?
That's still supposed to be your boy. He going through something right now, man.
I know listen, I didn't get the notification because my phone is off when I watch the podcast. When I do the podcast, I turn my phone off.
You don't turn the Raiders. You don't turn the Raiders notifications off, bro. You don't turn the Raiders notifications off.
Because he's not a Raider. He's not a Raider no more. He's a New Orleans Saint. He's not a Raider no more.
Man, that man not even an NFL player.
I know he's going through something, with his cancer and stuff of that nature, but it is what it is.
He supposed to always be a Raider, man. When he leave for when it's that type of situation, you always got to stick with your boy.
I know once a Raider, always a Raider, but before I turned my phone off, I didn't get no notification.
Oh, one hot take though, man. Well, it ain't even a hot take. I
got the Raiders app. I got all that stuff on my phone.
I just gotta ask. I just want to get it live. I know you probably tired of talking about it, but what do you think y'all are doing with Josh Jacobs? if he sits first, let me ask a loaded question. What are y'all doing with him? And if he sits out week 1, do y'all win?
Yes. I still think we win. I still think we win because let me just tell you this.
You go ahead.
The biggest problems for the Denver Broncos right now. No. He asked me the question, so let me say this. I'm gonna tell you why. We still have to forget that the Denver Broncos offensive line is weak. It's a weak offensive line. Russell Wilson was the most sacked quarterback last season, and he could not do anything against one of the worst defenses in the Las Vegas Raiders last season. But I'm just going off of last season. Yes, I love the acquisitions that they did this season, but in the last 3 years, we have owned the Denver Broncos, no matter if they were good, bad, or ugly. The last 3 years, we have owned the Denver Broncos. No matter if we played them the first game or the last 2 games, it doesn't really matter. I'm confident in my team, regardless. Even with Patrick Surtain being someone with the top corners in the league, Devontae Adams dogged him. Look at the stats against Patrick Surtain. He dogged him. I still have confidence in this team, but I want the Raiders to pay Josh Jacobs before that even happens.
Hey, Boog, what was the stats?
That's what I really want.
Oh,
I feel like with the way the Raiders are doing this right now.
Let's go see.
So when it comes to Josh Jacobs, yeah, I think the Raiders are going to pay him. But I think the problem is the length of the contract, because he's only asked, from what I've heard from rumors, he's only asking for $13 million guaranteed. The problem is the length of the contract.
Okay, go ahead.
Hopefully he gets more than what his average tag is. His tag right now is $10 million. If he can get 3 to 4 more mil, and depending on what the length of the contract is, we can sign him. So
I just found
I think we win week 1. I hate the Donkeys. I don't care if we lose. I still say I hate the Donkeys.
All right, so Devontae Adams, that game against the Broncos, he had 13 targets for 9 receptions, 101 yards, no touchdowns.
But that was on Patrick Surtain majority of the night.
Yeah. So let's see the matchup.
I mean, that was good numbers. I'd like to see a touchdown though.
Yeah, no, I definitely like to see a touchdown.
I think he was second in the league, or second or third in the league in receiving touchdowns with 14. If I'm not mistaken.
Where we at?
But when it comes to topics like this, I don't like to put a lot of Raiders topics in the show, because I do the Nothing But Raiders podcast the next day. So it's like, I don't like to put Raiders topips in today, knowing that I'm talking about it tomorrow.
He led the league with 14 touchdowns. Yeah, he definitely.
Oh, okay.
He led the league with 14 touchdowns.
So I'll say this. I think the problem is if Josh Jacobs doesn't start, your team becomes more one-dimensional. And that's going to hurt it, especially under Josh McDaniels' offense. You need running backs in Josh McDaniels' offense to make it work well. Who's your backup behind?
When it comes to our roster, I mean, we still got a second-year back as Zamir White that's kind of improving. I mean, Zamir White was a dog, but he really didn't touch the field last year. So,
yeah, no,
hopefully Zamir White comes into training camp thinking that he's going to be a starter week 1 if nothing happens with Josh Jacobs. Zamir White's going to have to come in with a mindset like, listen, I'm that guy.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, he's going to have to, especially if Josh Jacobs doesn't show up. If he doesn't, then that means they're going to be looking somewhere else. I think that's
the only way he will look somewhere else if he decides to go that route. But I think Dave Ziegler, he's a good GM. He did very well with the New England Patriots in their contract. He gets Josh Jacobs signed. I think he gets him signed.
I mean, they can definitely sign him. Like that's
My
whole
internet
thing
is so terrible today.
But the whole thing is like he's trying to help push the needle, just like every other position. And the whole thing is like one of the few positions on the football field, other than fullback, that has been stagnant as hell, is the running back. I'm not gonna lie. Do I want every team having to pay $20 million for a running back? No. But you can't tell me that they're like over the last decade, there haven't been just a handful of them that should have gotten something like that. Especially for some of these running backs that have carried their team with no quarterback and barely an offensive line. Like, look at Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Josh Jacobs is a huge part of your offense. And I again, if McDaniels has a full season and Garoppolo's healthy for a full season, or like you guys can make some fireworks.
Absolutely. It's just a tough division that we're in, with the Chargers being who they are and the Chiefs being who they are. And hopefully we don't know what's going to happen with Denver, but I think we own. I'm really about to get off right now. And I don't know what the hell's going on with my internet. Because it's stay going in and out with me. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's fine on my end, but when I see like the Wi-Fi bars, even though I got the whole router in, it still doesn't, like, it's still X retarded. But hopefully I could turn this computer off. And just to let everybody know, I will be doing the Warriors and Kings Summer League game tonight at 10 o'clock. I will be doing that game. It's already set up right here on the
Who you got winning that game?
The Darion Hopkins Sports Show. I want to see. I mean, I don't know too many other players that's going to be in this summer league game besides Kobe Jones. They got from Xavier, that's going to be on the Sacramento Kings. And what's the other guy's name that got drafted in the first round for them? A bug, if I'm not mistaken.
Who you talking about?
I forgot his name. White boy with the curly hair. I forgot his name.
Oh, Posmitsky, Brandon Posmitsky.
Yeah, the audio's still quick. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I got the Warriors pulling that out, man.
My internet's acting real dumb, but you got any more trivia for us, Mac, before we head out?
I did. Hold on a second. I gotta bring the page back up. See, now my computer wants to be all slow.
Just a quick, the boy, Jacquez Jr. is the leading scorer.
That's why I'm shutting down. That his podcast is done. I was going to edit it and do all that, but I'll do that in the morning.
Yeah. The StreamYard, man, they probably just need some upgrades, bro. I don't even think it's the internet. It might just be StreamYard.
They do badly.
Yeah.
What? Okay,
I've been really searching for other platforms to use.
Yeah.
Which team had the first running back to rush for 10,000 career yards?
Which team had the first running back to run for 10,000 yards?
Mm-hmm.
San Fran?
Nope.
Chicago Bears.
Nope.
Dallas Cowboys?
No, sir. Which team had the first running back to rush for 10,000 career yards?
Detroit Lions.
Nope.
What the fuck could this be then?
The daddy of all running backs.
I'm lost.
The Browns?
Yes, sir. Ding, 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 Mr. Jim Brown.
There's a Jim. My boy just died, man. RP Jim, man.
R.I.P. That's why I grabbed that one. Somebody said R.I.P. in the comments, and I was like, "Ooh, let me pull a Jim Brown one up." Okay, here you go.
You got one. You got one more business. I only got one correct today. This is some bullshit.
Look, here you go. Here you go. You might get this one. This is one of the easier ones. So, which team had Gary Kubiak as a quarterback in 1983?
I don't.
Gary Kubiak. You guys should know the name.
Gary Kubiak.
Denver Broncos.
Oh shit, is that right?
Yeah,
Was it Denver?
Broncos. It was Denver.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like
That was his dream team. Okay, I got. You want one more? It's a little tricky.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna put my brain to work today.
Which year did the Cincinnati Bengals become part of the NFL? And I'll tell you what. It's after an important. It's a year after an important date we already covered. 1 year after an important date we already covered.
1968. 1968.
There you go. Look at that.
You remember that shit. He remembered.
Redemption.
Because I know the Bengals used to be a part of the AFL and they merged with the NFL. It was they was an AFL team. So yeah, 1968 was that. So that's it, y'all. So I was all off in my head. Yo, I had to really think though. I had to really think today. Mac with the trivia questions, man. I'm gonna bring in some. I don't know how much Bug know college basketball, but I can bring in some trivia for college basketball.
We can do some college basketball. We can do
Mac can keep on.
I know
NFL
college basketball.
NBA topics. I want to bring some
college
college
a lot more than college football. Like I'll put it to you this way. I'll tell you this, and I'll tell you exactly why. In high school, my buddy was, a big Ohio State fan. And he was like, yeah, let's watch college, right? And he bets on the game. And it all comes down to one play. They're on the goal line, right? Throws the ball. Guy catches it 1 foot in bounds. And my buddy's cheering, and I'm like, he didn't get his other foot down. And
you didn't know it was a touchdown.
College football. Fuck that bullshit. You gotta get both feet up there. I'll never watch that bullshit again. And then, so I mean, like,
1 foot.
I've definitely watched games here and there, especially when it comes to like the bowl season. But regularly, I mean, unless it's like Alabama or like Missouri, where Harbaugh is coaching, where we're more than likely going to get 1 or 2 players from, or like I said, Alabama. That's pretty much it. I like watching the draft, and then once I usually watch all the prime.
I usually watch the top 25. Yeah, I usually watch the top 25 teams when they like if it's 2 ranked teams in the top 25, then I will do those games. Especially the Ohio State, Penn State games, or Ohio State, Michigan games, or Alabama, especially Tennessee. I do a lot of Tennessee games because I'm a Tennessee fan. So we're going to do like Alabama, Tennessee, or Florida, Tennessee, or you got the Florida State versus Florida rivalry. I go off things like that. I go up to like what I've known the history of, especially when it comes to rivalries in college football. Same thing for college basketball too. I just don't do any college basketball games either. Like, it gotta be the top 25.
For the NFL, I do my own scouting. Like I'll watch the combine. I'll watch every section, positional groups. I'll see which one is what. My whole thing is like I said, my eye is different than a lot of other people. A lot of other people maybe they see something that I don't see, but I know what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially when you're talking about defensive guys. If you don't have fluid hips, I don't care what you say, you're not going to be a top dog in the NFL. You're not.
Facts. It's the shit that nobody talks about.
But here's the thing: you can be stiff in the hips and be an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
But I tell you what you have to be able to do is you have to be able to stand in a crouched position. It's called a gorilla stance. If you can't stand in a gorilla stance, can't be an offensive lineman because then that means your knees aren't going to be able to take it. And it's little things like that I'm looking for.
And you got to make sure you have your feet a certain length apart to have that certain stance as well.
I tell you what though. Now hear me out. Big, tall, bow-legged guys. Those are the guys you want to look for to be a center, right? Your guys with like where they're knock-kneed, so one of their legs kind of kicks out. Perfect for a tackle, especially if they're a big guy, because the way that their foot naturally turns out, it's perfect.
Right.
Who is it? What's his name from the Eagles? The left tackle for the Eagles, Jason Peters.
Peters.
Jordan Mailata?
No. Jordan Peters. Or what's his name? Something Peters.
It was Jason Peters. He's no longer there though, but it was Jason Peters.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. He a little knock-kneed. They kicked him out to right or left tackle, and bro was fucking the way he could turn and move. He was already set. So I mean, that's what I mean. Like, there's certain things that you can do as a big guy, and it's better and easier for you. Just like you have the offensive linemen where they've got thick thighs and a big butt, right? Those are your pull guards. Those are your guards that are going to swing around and they're going to bam impact block. So it's like if you know what you're looking for, then you're going to find what you're looking for. But that's the whole thing. Like other people see it a little differently. I'm just telling you how I see it. My whole thing is, I play with guys. I know the body structures for, usually who can be the best at what positions.
Absolutely. But
once I
watch
another
episode in the books. That's another episode in the book.
What episode is this right now?
This is episode 53, 52, 53. 52. I'm not too sure. I gotta look at the description again. But we get into that 100th episode. I'm definitely gonna have the panel open for the 100th episode. That's gonna be really, really fun. So make sure y'all tune in when we get to that 100th episode. But there y'all have it, guys. Another episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show in the books, ladies and gentlemen. We got through free agency. Malik Bleasy is going to the Milwaukee Bucks. That's the most updated one so far. We'll keep you updated, but more news and developments of NBA free agency, NFL news, anything news that comes out. I'm going to be watching Monday Night Raw for like 2 hours. Then I'm gonna come in here and do the Warriors and Kings Summer League. I want to hear about what happened at Money in the Bank with that, because I didn't really get a chance to talk about that. Me and James from No Mercy Sports, we're going to do a live recap in Money in the Bank because SummerSlam is next month, so we definitely want to get ready for that. Yeah, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, comment, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow all on social media at DHopkinsShow from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. All the same thing at DHopkinsShow. Go to SeatGeek.com. Get your tickets for anything that you want to do this summer. You got the Made in America concert. You had the Eston Fest over the weekend. If you want to get concerts, live events, sporting events that's coming up, especially for the NFL preseason as well, MLB games, you got it. Go to SeatGeek.com. Use the promo code DHopkins there. If you still want to be in a betting world, go to betus.com and get that 125% sportsbook upon your initial deposit. The link is in the description for that as well. And anything else before we head out, man?
Tune in, man. We'll be keeping updates for the Summer League as of right now. Miami is
doing the 4th of July show.
I actually might.
I actually might do 4th of July show.
I mean, I'm off.
It's on Tuesday. Yes, on Tuesday. Yeah,
let's go.
We can do that.
Oh yeah, we're doing a 4th of July show, or we definitely doing a 4th of July show. Absolutely.
Yeah, we can do that.
So bring your hot dogs, bring your burgers, bring your chicken wings, bring your salads, bring everything to the show, because I might do something new. I might open up the phone lines tomorrow for a 4th of July show.
Okay.
I might open up the phone lines tomorrow.
Let's get it.
So, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Darion Hopkins Show. I do apologize for my internet. It was my internet this time. So shout out to everybody. Really appreciate y'all. Same time, same place tomorrow, man. I'll ask the guys if they want to go a little bit earlier because it's 4th of July weekend. 4th of July is tomorrow because the weekend passed. So we'll talk more about it, but make sure y'all hit that like button. and subscribe to the channel, man. We are out of here. See you on the next live stream or in the next video. Peace out, love, and happiness. We out, man.